game number 3 here on Pad 1 of the opening day of the 2022 Niagara Canada Summer Games, as it will be Team New Brunswick hosting Team Manitoba. And Matt, we've seen so many great back and forth games so far. BC just falling short to Team Ontario after jumping out to that early 2-0 lead, and Manitoba opened up the day, a 4-4 tie against Saskatchewan. Now they're playing in their second game of the day. We talked to their head coach, a little bit tired coming into this one, but they face a very fresh and feisty Team New Brunswick.
Yeah, normally there are a lot of questions about these teams. What should we expect? What could we expect? Do we expect the unexpected? But Manitoba, we saw that small sample size earlier today as they tied Saskatchewan in the tournament opener 4-4. And talking to the coaching staff, they said, look, we're not going to change any of the game plan. We're just going to come out as we did in the first game. We played pretty well. We think we can play even better than that, and they're going to try to do that tonight in the third of the 3 slated games today on this opening day.
Well, quickly before we get to the national anthem, a couple of key players that we noted for Team Manitoba. Both Delaron brothers, key offensive threats on the offensive side of the ball. The same goaltender will start again in Andrew Isby, and boy, he was solid between the pipes, stopping several shots that we thought he had no chance on.
33 of 37 to start. He was impressive between the net, or in the net, I should say. But the Delaron brothers, Alex and Parker, both with a goal in the first game today. So there's something to watch, and boy, is Parker fun to watch too. Alex has got the handles, but Parker's got the size. So together, they're a pretty good duo.
So a 4-4 tie for Team Manitoba, as this will be their second game of the afternoon. There is 9 teams, so this is the only team playing 2 games in today's opening day of competition. We will throw it down to the PA announcer for the opening ceremony and our national anthem to kick off the final game here of day number 1 of the Boys Lacrosse Week.
Number 6, Ulysses Andy Angus. Number 7, Ulysses Ty Woods. Number 8, Ulysses Cole Kennedy. Number 9, Ulysses Logan Chandler. Number 12, Ulysses Mason Hermacha. Number 14, Mercantos Alexander Delrone. Number 15, Lucas Caves Hudson Parnell.
it'll be number 44, Andrew Isby. He gets the nod once again. Other end of the floor, Carter McNulty, wearing number 26 for Team New Brunswick. New Brunswick, the flags, the faithful. Lots of fans here for Teams New Brunswick representing behind their bench. They're led by head coach Mac Huckla. As they get set, we are underway. New Brunswick will wear white uniforms with their maroon and red shoulder trim. Manitoba in black once again with the white and gold. Possession in favor of Manitoba. They get the opening shot of the game, turned aside by the netminder, Carter McNulty. Ball now to the far side with the lefties. Here's Ty Woods. Woods had a really strong performance in the opener against Saskatchewan. Unable to find the back of the net, but he was good contributing on offense.
Alex Delarond and Woods, both with a goal and an assist each in that opening game. But it was hard to keep track because they were all over the floor. Everybody was flying around on this Manitoba team in a game that was as even as possible and ended up in a 4-4 draw. Of course, that's exactly what you want to see. Both teams want the win, but it's a great contest regardless.
It'll be an interesting battle here, as we were talking with both coaches, Mac Huckla for New Brunswick, letting us know this core has been together actually playing all summer long. You go back 2.5 years, a lot of these players just picking up the stick for the first time. Now they've come to play at the Canada Summer Games level, whereas Manitoba, players from all over the province, just like a lot of other provinces represented here, getting their first couple of games in. Only a few exhibition games, and now they battle here for the gold.
And for New Brunswick, the coaching staff had also mentioned that they practice about once a week, which makes sense if your team's together for quite some time, versus Ontario, who we talked to earlier, where it was once every 3 weeks. So try to develop some chemistry once every 21 days versus once every 7. It's pretty challenging.
Here's Ethan Frazier for Team New Brunswick. He still has the ball. Now up top. The blast off the stick of Watson, but a better save from Izzy for Team Manitoba. Back comes Manitoba now. Up over half. Here's Tate Peterson. Dishes off to Woods, and the lefties go to work here on the two-man game. Good shoulder save as that ball will go up and out of play. And they said it went off the goaltender's face mask. So possession will go with New Brunswick. Here's Johnston now for New Brunswick. Where's number 99 like Wayne Gretzky? Taken off the ball. Back comes Manitoba now. Big stick check. Popped in and out of the stick of Zach Tinley. He's got it now at X behind the cage. Ball popped off a defender, and that's going to go all the way to half. Loose ball on the turf. New Brunswick trying to find that loose ball. They do. They get a fresh 30. And so far, Matt, shots 2-2. No team standing out as looking to have played a game already and no one really taken advantage of the opening couple of minutes.
Ryan Johnson really standing out, though, for New Brunswick. He was in on the defensive play over there. He got stripped on offense, but was able to stop the chance back the other way and lays a big hit before going for a substitution there. So players trying to get their feet under them here early.
Officials for today's game, by the way, the referees on floor are Jeremy McNaught and Tristan Pelletier. The off-floor official is Simon D'Souza. 16:20 to go here in the opening period. Manitoba swings it over to the righties, the captain. This is one of the Delarond brothers, 14 and 22, the numbers to watch. The big, tall offensive threats for Manitoba. 3 to shoot. That goes off the defensive stick for New Brunswick as Sinding able to get a piece of that and just muck the shot clock.
Yeah, we did see both Parker and Alex Delarond together on offense for the most part, but that first shift there for Alex, we didn't quite see Parker come onto the floor at the same time, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It worked well for them in the first game.
Odd man rush for Manitoba. Shot, sidearm doesn't go as that went wide. With speed now. Here's Johnston. Johnson to the middle. Streaking in, they score. Nathan Watson received the pass, streaking in from Johnson. And Team New Brunswick opens the scoring to take a 1-0 lead.
Well, we're only about 5 minutes into this one, but the story so far for New Brunswick has been Ryan Johnson, who set up this goal. A nice finish there from Watson. He's able to beat Izzy over the right shoulder, but Ryan Johnson is creating, he's getting involved, he's all over the place, and he allows Nathan Watson to pop that one home on the cross-crease pass there to give New Brunswick the 1-0 lead.
So 1-0 for Team New Brunswick here over Manitoba, if you're just joining us. Face-off violation, and that'll go in favor of Manitoba. Here's Parnell. The lefties start things off, as Manitoba likes to do. Now they swing it over to Delaron. Alex. Delaron steps around. That outside shot misses wide, and this was not a problem we noticed in the first game with Manitoba. A lot of outside shot attempts that never found the cage.
Yeah, it was almost like if they didn't have the big guy, Parker Delarond, in there, they decided to leave it on the outside of the perimeter there and just fire in from distance and hope that the opposing goaltender happens to see some traffic and can't quite find the ball. So is it effective? Probably not, but it bought them a tie with Saskatchewan. We'll see how New Brunswick defends against that today.
Picked up off the turf. Here comes Manitoba back the other way. McDonnell. Wise move, just pull out. Let the offensive threats come out. Here's Woods. Ty Woods, we mentioned, had a goal, one of their 4 in the opener in that 4-4 draw against Saskatchewan. Shot just gets a piece of the netminder's shoulder, so good save by Carter McNulty. His 3rd of the afternoon. Hard pick, let go by the officials. In there somewhere, McNulty has it. And New Brunswick takes over.
Andy Angus with that bounce shot there from about 15 feet out. He's got a cheering section here. A lot of signs. The fans love Andy Angus.
Number 6 is definitely one of the go-to players for Manitoba in the stands and on the bench. As New Brunswick has that 1-0 lead. Trying to make it 2 here. They swing it around the top. Wide open, naked on the doorstep to the other crease, but they just step inside before the shot. So it'll be a crease call against New Brunswick.
Good job there by Carve setting that whole play up, but just unable to capitalize.
Here's Wyatt Hofer on his wrong side. Needs to settle in. He'll have to stay on now. Parker Delaron, little flip pass in the middle is not going to go. His brother Alex there, number 14, trying to find that loose ball, but it's corralled and sent up the floor just over the head of Johnson. And coming out to play that ball is Izzy for Manitoba. Ball deep in Manitoba end here, almost halfway through the first period. Shots Los 4-3 in favor of Manitoba in a 1-0 New Brunswick game. Here's the captain, Alex Delaron. Sets a hard seal, back to his brother. Tried to feed it to Alex on the doorstep. He wasn't there to be able to grab it. Comes around, just gets a shot. Loose ball. Minor possession going to be awarded back to Delaron, as he is very tender and slow to get up. Seems to be okay though when he has the ball in his stick. Delaron not going to be allowed to get away with that moving pick though, as now New Brunswick takes over.
Delaron, that is Alex, one of the oldest players in this tournament, 18 years old. Manitoba allowed the single overager. So he's got some veteran presence. He knows how to work the officials.
15 on the shot clock. Ball in front of the Manitoba bench, way high. Streaking in, beautiful stop. Ball's controlled by McAlliston. Able to get his own rebound. The bench screaming at New Brunswick to use the shot clock. Ball spun through Frazier, back to McAlliston up top. Now to the far side, right in front of the Manitoba bench. Here's Carr. Carr, flip pass to Moffett. That shot gets blocked. Loose ball right at the restraining line, picked up by Manitoba. And if you notice on this floor, there are 5 white solid lines. The 2 restraining lines that are deep in the ends are the Junior A restraining lines here in Ontario. The half line, of course, and the 2 minor restraining lines, which they will use in all national championships here for the summer games. Battle continues behind the goal. Physical battle as players just throwing bodies around, but the ball is on the turf somewhere, and it'll be awarded back to Manitoba.
I knew rugby was this week, but I didn't think they were playing inside.
Little physicality picking up here. Now Woods, flip pass to Delaron. Kick save, able to get the knee out on that one. Was the netminder, Carter McNulty. Woods spinning away from trouble, takes a shot. That's right at the logo though, and McNulty will pick that up. Possession awarded right back to a Manitoba offense as it's an undisciplined play from the defender for New Brunswick of Tyler Weldon. Sent his player to the turf way after the shot. Loose ball battle now. Manitoba's going to pick up that loose ball and get a fresh 30. Angus to the crease, unable to connect with Harmachuk, and New Brunswick will take over. 1-0 our score, shots on goal 8-4 in favor of Manitoba, and this was very similar to game 1 for Manitoba. Unable to find the back of the net, even though they've had a lot of chances on offense.
Yeah, Manitoba outshot Saskatchewan 58-36, but both teams finishing with 4 goals apiece.
Absolutely clobbered on top of the crease was Christian Moffat for New Brunswick. Ball is out of play. Officials going to award it back to New Brunswick. Officials, of course, all from across Canada reffing these games, so a cool experience for the officials, as this is the 6th ever Box Lacrosse Championship at Canada Summer Games. Started back in 1969. Ball's right on top of the crease, and that'll be corralled in by the netminder. Picked off by Carr for New Brunswick. Carr just backpedaling, trying to find some time and space, allowing a full change for Team NB. Now Brooks. Up top, they go to the bench side for Nathan Watson. Watson going down the middle, shot, turned aside, as that's where he was able to score his last one right on the doorstep in the middle of the 24-foot cylinder. Watson now at half, settling down. Full shot clock for New Brunswick. To the far side. Cutting in, Frazier, that'll get a shot. Ball stays in play, and New Brunswick once again gets the rebound. Now New Brunswick leads the shots on goal 9-8 as they take another one. That goes off an errant stick. Racing after it for Manitoba, it'll be Kennedy. Kennedy to the crease, gets knocked down, and he's called on a crease violation. Huge defensive effort for New Brunswick.
Cole Kennedy, defensive captain of this team, Manitoba, with a big block on the defensive end, tries to go the full length of the floor, but tough luck there on the crease call as he got drilled from behind.
18 on the shot clock. The lefties going to work here for Team New Brunswick. 2 lefties and 3 righties on the floors. They swing it up top. Moffat just dancing on the crease, unable to put it in. New Brunswick will get a huge gift here as Manitoba gets called on a back-in call, as they're saying Wyatt Hofer stepped back into the blue paint. Blue turf, I should say, rather, is beautiful turf here at Canada Games Park. 20 to shoot. New Brunswick applying a ton of pressure here late in this first period of play. The shot goes off the back wall, and it's controlled by McAllister. Now Moffat tried to thread the needle down to Carr. 2-man game on the near side in the corner. Ball is just going to be left as it'll be a shot clock violation, and Manitoba takes over. Manitoba on the far side. Here's Parker Delalonde. DeLon to Woods. Over to the bench side. That shot. Rebound's going to go high, and it'll be a breakaway for Team New Brunswick. Back the other way. Brooks the shot. Big stop for Team Manitoba's goaltender, Izzy. And the intensity level here picking up between these two teams. We knew this division would be tight. We saw PEI Quebec play to a 7-3 game in a high-intensity game. This one, 1-0, really tight so far in the first period.
Andrew Izzy making the big save on the breakaway and then laying a big check there.
Big stop by McNulty, who has been absolutely lights out for New Brunswick so far. Right on the doorstep, Woods unable to jam that one home. McNulty with the huge goaltender stick, Woody able to corral that loose ball in and get a possession for Team New Brunswick. Hudson Skaplin settling things down for NB. Skaplin, he gets the ball whacked out of his stick. Odd man rush for New Manitoba if they're able to pick up that loose ball. Reset was called by the timekeeper, but the officials say no reset. So they only have a few more seconds left to shoot here on the 30. Mason with the ball. He's going to be caught with the ball, and now it'll be Manitoba taking over as Purnell tries to rush in. Purnell has a lane to the net, but he elects to pull it out. Wise to allow the offense to come out. 4 minutes to go here in the first period. 1-0 in favor of New Brunswick. Shot goes off, and New Brunswick defender stays in play. Frazier there chasing after it for New Brunswick, but it's a beautiful save from McNulty. Stick starting to swing like crazy here in the opening period of play. Officials letting him play a little hard, chippy game so far.
Now Hermachuk got that stick up there. It looked like it could have been close to a penalty, but apparently not high enough up on the body.
Good defense, keeping Aiden McCalston at bay. That'll be controlled now by Manitoba. Parker Lee. Lead pass was intended to Tate Peterson. He'll have to battle for it now. Peterson picks it up off the turf, but there's 4 New Brunswick defenders right there to entertain him. Hidden ball trick. It'll be kept by 1-4 on the near side of Delaron. Woods backpedaling out of trouble. Tried to thread the needle. Delaron tries to throw that on the goal, but the foot of McNulty is hugging the post, and it's not going anywhere. Now Johnston. Team New Brunswick really putting on a good showing so far for their first game of the competition. Johnston to the bench side. Bench staff for New Brunswick want the ball hot, trying to keep it moving here. The shot from Johnston, a cannon, but a better save. Now Carr up top for Watson. They really have this offense really spread out here. Now they're settling in a little bit. Watson shot goes wide. Rebound off the back glass, unable to entertain and then grab that loose ball. Manitoba trying to push the floor with 2 to go. It's a 3-on-0 for Manitoba. What a stop, McNulty. How do they get a 3-on-0 after a great offensive set?
Well, they caught New Brunswick in the front court and then a troubled substitution there, but coming up limp there was Hudson Parnell as he'll get looked at by the medical staff on the Manitoba bench. So it took him a minute to get to the bench, but the 3-on-0 ended up in an injury in the meantime for Parnell.
Harmachuk, they tried to go to the doorstep on the far crease, but they threw it over the cage. Now Alex Delaron, the big righty shot up top. Lets one go. Huge kick save from McNulty. McNulty, a very energetic goaltender, has more of that athleticism to make those acrobatic saves. As Woods now getting tangled up in the middle of your screen. Watch 7 Black tangled up with 10 for New Brunswick, and that's Hudson Skaplin. Shot turned aside. A minute to go now in the first frame. New Brunswick takes over the ball with Frenette spinning away out of traffic. Noah Frenette moves the ball up the floor. Here's Grant. Grant, the righty, settling down. Let the offense come onto the floor. To Skaplin. Skaplin, one of the 2 big draw guys New Brunswick will send to the dot. Here's Nathan Williams, 18. That pass is behind the intended receiver of Aiden Carr, who was going for a change. New Brunswick, one last chance here. 22 on the game clock, as shot clock does not mean anything anymore, as it is shut off. 13 left to shoot. Manitoba's going to pull the goalie and go with the sixth extra attacker. Shot turned aside by McNulty. Huge collision to the right of the crease, and now one more collision right in front of the New Brunswick bench. End of the first period, and if you want an exciting lacrosse game with a lot of action and great goaltending, it came to the right place. New Brunswick 1, Manitoba nothing, and Matt, that is the physicality we didn't see between the first two games of the day here on Pad 1.
Yeah, the way this period ended was exactly the epitome of physicality. Parker Delarond involved in a little scrum in front of the New Brunswick bench, and he's just going to play bumper cars in there, let those white jerseys toss him around a little bit in hopes of drawing a penalty for the start of the second period. But New Brunswick, it seems like they've had limited chances, but the chances they've had have been good ones, and it seems as if Manitoba's had more possession of the ball, but New Brunswick with that mix of Ryan Johnson, Nathan Watt,